How many people here this week prayed about, oh God, make it possible for me. Oh God, see this thing I'm trying to do. See this thing I'm trying to do. Make it possible for me. If I'm going to count, you see there's going to be a lot of people. You see, it's going to be a lot of people. Now, when we now rephrase the question and say, how many people here this week? How many people here this week? At one point or the other, took an action that we actually now help them. An action that will actually help them achieve that prayer that they prayed. You want to come to Canada? I agree. I understand. It is okay. It is the best thing to do. But what are you doing to ensure that that is feasible? So so that is Canada flag flying right there. All right, and we're going to begin. I walk this. So this part is like a walking path. It's a path creation so that you can take a walk and keep fit. So this part is not like for cars or something. So the question is, what exactly are you doing to ensure that your Canada dream comes to life? That's a question that is individualized, but is an important question for you to answer. Don't you think so? Because it's not enough to just say, yes, I'm looking for a sweet spot that I can sit. It's not enough to just say, yes, I want to come to Canada. Yes, I want to come to Canada. Yes, I'm interested. And any place, when you go to church or go to mosque or anything, whatever religion, when you go and somebody is saying some prayers, you're like, yes, amen, amen, it will happen for me. But then when it now reach, it's like, when it's now time for action taking, the person will now go and sit at the back seat. Do you understand? That's not how life works now. The difference between typing amen and taking action is a very big difference. The difference between typing amen and taking action is a very big difference. And what you now see is that a lot of time people are very quick and okay with typing amen, but when it comes to action that will lead to the manifestation of the amen, they're not going to take action. So why do you think it's so? Why do you think dream is valid? That is like on the motivation side of things, but on the reality side of things means that you actually have to make sacrifices. You actually have to take action to make sure that dream comes to fruition. And then on top of that, it's like all you just do with that brain is like pray and ask him, oh, bring somebody to help me. Meanwhile, you are not helping yourself with the same brain that God gave you. So if I'm to talk about how many people here today as of when you're watching this video now, okay, how many people today as of when you're watching this video can confidently say that this week alone they prayed about travel abroad? Let's see. I want to address you because it's good to be committed, right? Except you want to go and be lying now, say take action. You don't want to take action, even you're not lying about the prayer again. How many people here this week prayed about, oh God, make it possible for me. Oh God, see this thing I'm trying to do. Make it possible for me. If I'm going to count, you see there's going to be a lot of people. You see, it's going to be a lot of people. Now, when we now rephrase the question and say, how many people here this week? How many people here this week? At one point or the other, took an action that we actually now help them. An action that will actually help them achieve that prayer that they prayed. You don't know that what God blesses your handwork. What does it mean? You must have handwork. Oh, you must have handwork to show. You understand? It's not just about prayer. No, prayer is important. 100% is important. I agree with you. Action is what is your handwork that is God is going to bless. You cannot be praying every day, praying every day, praying every day, and at the end of the day, when it's time to take action, you enter another lane. That's not the best. That's not how it works. Let me see if I can take shelter here. That's not how it works. Okay, so you have to pray. Good, but after praying, you have to take action. Because, for example, okay, let me ask you a question. Like, I don't want to say is it possible, because then all of us are going to go the route of everything is possible. There's nothing that is impossible in this world, But think about it from humanly speaking. Is it possible that is it likely? Let's put it, hey, instead of possible, let me use the word likely. All right. You know, when I mentioned that part is for taking a walk. So let's use the word likely. Is it likely that, for example, you did not apply to any school, then you will just wake up now? As you are waking up now, some people will just come and give you admission. It's not likely. Even the people that want to give you admission, you need to apply. You see? So when you see somebody, some people are not even understanding what I'm saying. Let me explain to you. When you see somebody in church, giving testimony that, for example, say they got scholarship, do you know what it means? It means that God helped them to get scholarship. How? They searched out a school, they prepared their documents, they applied to the school, they waited for the admission committee to meet, right? And the admission committee met. By the grace of God, they were selected as one of those that will get the scholarship. Wait, is it that you don't understand what I'm explaining? That's testimony they are giving in church. That testimony. There were lots of action behind the testimony. So you now, when you now go to church, the person finishes giving their testimony, you say, Amen, the Lord can do everything. Amen, amen. Which is correct, right? And then, and then after the testimony, you will now go home, you sleep. You will not be waiting for your own scholarship. School you did not apply to. You did not contact any school, you did not submit any application. Is it possible? So you have to understand that prayer is important, but your prayer is supposed to back up your action. Not that you will pray and just go and sleep and things will just happen. No. Prayer is supposed to back up your action, because listen, it is your handwork that God will bless. Your handwork, which you don't do with your hand. So you cannot go and sleep in your room and suddenly now you are now expecting that a magical email will come from somewhere, school that you never applied to. So pray your prayer, but with the same energy, work hard. For example, we have I'm sure if you have been following me for some time now, you already know that we have a free webinar, right? But do you know that a lot of time, like, let me even tell you good story. Let me tell you a good story. So recently, if you have been following my page, you probably saw that recently I asked some people to apply for to be a male mentee, right? So of course I read what people wrote, and I contacted some people. And by the way, I took 2 people, and currently those people that I took, I don't want to give out the secret. Anyway, currently God have already started working in their life right now as I'm talking to you. Action, no, I'm not talking of believe. I'm not, like, they've already started their path, which I know is a path that is going to lead them to great destiny. In fact, consider their life has already been changed. I'm not boasting, I know. I'm not guessing, I know. Okay. Anyways, to cut the long story short, So I selected 3 people actually, but the other one, I decided not to go along with that one. But there were many things. I called the person. There were many things, but let me tell you one of the ones that pushed me off the edge. So I'm talking to this person, and the person said, "Oh, I've been following you for a while. By the way, it would have been okay if the person say I've not been following you. That's fine, because if you've not been following me, it doesn't matter, right? If you've not been following, it doesn't matter. But he's like, the person said, I've been following you for like 2 years now. Maybe he was trying to impress me. I've been following you for like 2 years now. I'm like, 2 years? Wow. So I was not like, I'm sure you must have seen our free webinar now. I say, I've been following you for like 2 years. I really want to travel abroad. I said, wow, cool. That I was excited though. I was really excited. So then I said, have you seen our free webinar? He said, no. He has not seen it. I'm like, how is it possible that you truly want to travel abroad? Even the webinar that is free for 2 years, you have been following me. Even webinar that is free, you did not attend that one. I'm not talking about pay something that somebody have to pay for. And let me tell you, that guy would have gotten our masterclass without payment, because he was going to become my mentee, right? He would have gotten it, but I was too shocked that somebody has been following me for 2 years. They really want to travel abroad. They've not even free webinar, free one. They've not attended. You know, shock you. You know what? My conclusion is that this person is not an action taker. And even though the person said, "Oh, I have first class," for me, it's useless. If you're not an action taker, you will sit down with your first class 10 years, you've not achieved anything. Do you understand? You have first class, but you're not an action taker, you are gone. And it's those kind of people that will not contribute to later on. Somebody will not start saying he's not by first class. I have first class, and I can tell you that I'm squeezing out everything I can squeeze out from that first class. If you see the amount the first class has bought me, almost you gotta read hard. Thousands of dollars, over $100,000, and it's still any more. I mean, just something I can ascribe to the first class. I have first class, so. But if you not think that, if you think that, oh, you have first class and that's all there is in this world, you are not an action taker. You are not going to get anywhere. You are not going to get anywhere. So I was shocked and disappointed that this person who claims to have been following me for 2 years, who claims to be so enthusiastic about travel abroad, have not even gone to our webinar. It's a different thing if you say I went to your webinar, but I don't even have money to join Vantage scholarships. It's a different thing. Do you understand my point? It's a different thing. But free webinar you have not attended, but you have been following for 2 years. You are so interested in travel abroad. I said, water passed Gary. I had to just listen to my instincts, and immediately I told him, the deal is off. I'm not interested in this mentorship again. Because if you're not an action taker, no matter what I mentor you on, it's not going to work, because you will not take action. If you've been following us for a while now and you've not even attended our webinar, verify. Are you really interested in your dream, or you just want to be saying it because it is sweet for mouth? Are you going to come to Canada? Yes. How? That's the question. Do you want to come to Canada? Yes. How? When? These are the questions you should answer. It's not, yes, I want to come to Canada by the grace of God. Amen. Nothing. No action. It's not going to come. It's not going to happen. You understand? You can hardly see anybody that will tell you that. The way they came to Canada is that they were just sleeping in their dream. And then they woke up on a bed in Canada. Do you have people that have traveled before? Talk to them. Talk to them. You will see that it's not It's not a walk in the park, right? Like you have to take action. You have to do things. You have to get information. So please, do you want to come to Canada? Yes. You will come to Canada and just say amen. But action. People, that's where you will see if there were 50 people on the queue. When you ask, do you want to come to Canada? If there were 100 people on the queue, when you say it's time for action, only one person will remain. That is why only one person will come out of those 100 people. You see? Please, let me give you an example. Let me give you, and this is a sweet example. If you work in your church, you're a young person, your church supports people, right? You work in your church, and every time you go and tell your pastor I want to travel, he will not pray for you. Next time, if you go and tell your pastor you want to travel, he prays for you. After the prayer, you will not say, okay, pastor, there's this master class I want to sign up for. You will not start talk about action, real action that will drive you closer to your dream. Because if you stay there now and you now pray, prayer is important, but God is going to bless your handwork when it's your turn to be blessed. If you have not done anything, it's like you have just wasted all your time, right? Take action, then pray so that God blesses the handwork, so that you apply to that school and they choose you for scholarship, right? That means you have to apply first. That's the action. Then you pray so that they choose you for scholarship, right? Not that you are on your bed, you have not done anything, but you are praying. You know? Okay?